I'm Robert Ross with Rob Report, and I'm here with who's now an old friend, I'd like to think, Torsten Müller-Otvos, CEO of Rolls-Royce Motor Cars. Torsten, thank you for the invitation to join for probably the most...
It's great to be back here with you, Rob.
The most auspicious launch since, well, I would like to say probably 2004. I was a younger man then, and I remember the launch of the Rolls-Royce Phantom 7. It was maybe the biggest event in Rolls-Royce history, at least certainly during my lifetime. And now you have the honor and the distinction of being able to launch its successor, the Rolls-Royce Phantom 8. Congratulations.
Thank you very much on that. Yeah, and indeed it is an honor, I must say, because Phantom is the longest used model name in history of car business, far over 90 years, and it is very rare that you launch a new Phantom. For that reason, it's an honor. And as you rightly stated, in 2003, when the Phantom 7 was launched, that was really kind of a worldwide event, and the same will happen again here. There's a famous saying, when a Rolls-Royce passes by or a Rolls-Royce is launched, the world stands still, and that will happen again here with Phantom this year.
Well, I certainly remember we stood still at the launch of the predecessor. It was a very welcome moment for a brand that at the time was already quite old and storied and wonderful tradition, but it literally brought new life to Rolls-Royce. And of course, since that time, you've done some very important, had some very important developments by way of the Ghost and the Wraith and so forth. But I guess it's now time to turn another page, and obviously this Phantom ushers in a lot of new things for the car company itself. Can you tell us some things about this car that might be your favorites? I mean, how does someone approach the Phantom 8 differently from the Phantom 7?
That was the challenge we gave ourselves, exactly, because Phantom, as you rightly stated, is the pinnacle and also brought Rolls-Royce back to where it belongs to the pinnacle of luxury, of automotive luxury. And indeed, with Phantom 8, we even want to top that, of course, what we have done with Phantom 7, because it should be, of course, up at the end of the day that many people are saying that is probably the best car on the world. And for that reason, we have done a lot when it comes to design, when it comes to technology, when it comes to magic carpet ride, when it comes to the way what people experience sitting in the car. There are so many technically fascinating issues and items in that car. It would take hours to line them all up here, but let me just outline two of them. One is definitely what we have done with the gallery inside of the car that brings this car up to even new levels of bespoke, where customers
think of art galleries when you say something
exactly
like that.
It is like art galleries, and that is a dashboard completely behind glass where you can commission your own pieces of art in. And that is, of course, something which we have done our customers in front of us, knowing that they are collectors on the one side, but that they also want to make sure that their specific Phantom is truly unique. And then, of course, number two, and that is magic carpet ride. And with Phantom 8, you really experience flight on Earth, as we say it. And we have put so many technical details into that when it comes, for instance, to the whole air damping system, when it comes to the way what we have done to the tires. It is a complete new era of magic carpet ride for Rolls-Royce Motor Cars.
So that magic carpet ride is sort of an elaboration on the age-old Rolls-Royce concept of wafting or waftability. Is that right?
That's right. And I mean, wafting also requires a proper drivetrain. And wafting also requires a torquey engine, which really delivers that. And on the one side, extremely silent, but the typical torque curve, which looks like a table mountain. And that is also here covered with a complete brand new 12-cylinder engine, which delivers torque in a really wafting dimension.
That's a V12 mountain, so that's about as tall a mountain as one can scale in the car world.
Right.
And certainly something that's always been a part of the Rolls-Royce tradition, at least in this new generation. Speaking of new generation, I know the last time we got together, we were sitting in the experimental car, the 103EX, which of course was a look at the future a few decades into ahead of us. How can you talk about how this new Phantom actually sort of takes us into that future? Is this a precursor of things to come? Are there some things that we would be looking toward sooner than later?
Yeah, Rob, very good question. And I must say that the 103X was even influenced by Phantom 8, because at that point in time we were already quite advanced when it came to Phantom 8, be it design features, be it technical ideas, be it bespoke. And you see quite something in the 103EX, which you can also now see in Phantom 8. That is, for instance, the design line in the front, the way how we integrated the grille much smoother and better into the overall design of the car, but also bespoke up to new levels with that gallery I just mentioned a minute ago. And that feeling at home, feeling so comfortable when you sit in that car, which this is unmatched. And that is exactly also the story when it came to 103EX.
I'm certainly eager to drive this car and experience it, not just from the driver's seat, but from the back seat too, which is a place that Rolls-Royces are particularly known to excel. You touched on something that I think really is synonymous with your brand, and that's the concept of bespoke. There's really nothing else like it in the world of automobiles. You can do things with Rolls-Royce as a customer that you simply can't do with any other automobile brand. I assume the bespoke is a major part of your customer relationship.
Definitely. Without bespoke, Rolls-Royce wouldn't exist, I might even say. We say bespoke is Rolls-Royce, and for that reason, rest assured that also the next Phantom generation will carry all features customers want to see, and your imagination is our limit. That's what we say, and that is a promise. For that reason, we are already looking forward to accepting stunning orders commissioned by our customers.
Well, certainly your imagination and that of your team has excelled with this new car, and wish you all the best of luck with it going forward, and we look forward to seeing what it brings in the future.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Rob.
Thank you, Torsten.
Pleasure.